Dave, thanks again for joining us. Three-time guest, the Dave Castro hat trick.
Recurring guest.
Yeah. First thing I wanted to ask you is that we're talking to you on the heels of stage one. I was shocked by the number of people who didn't understand what stage one was going to be from a fan's perspective, that it wasn't going to be live and, they weren't going to be able to watch things as they went down, in real time. And I'm just curious, can you take us back through the decision-making process, who was involved, and then how you arrived to the current format, or the format that we saw?
Yeah, absolutely. Interestingly, I'm not too shocked, and I will take some responsibility from our team. Like, you guys are way in, and you guys pay a lot of attention, right? So you guys know what's going on. I think people who aren't as in as we are, it was easy for them not to quite grasp the nuances and not see how we're actually running it, because they don't live in the sport like we do. And I think we could have messaged it out a little better that, hey, this is how it's going. We didn't talk. We did point to it and we did say this is what we're doing, but we didn't talk a lot about it. Okay. We didn't put out the word as well as maybe we should have. So some of it is on us, and then some of it is just, as we talked earlier, people just being
people.
Yeah, exactly. So early on, when we decided we were going to go to this format, we had a discussion, myself, Justin, Eric, and Andrew. Andrew's another member of the team, about having this online portion and then qualifying minimal people to the event here in California. And the reason we were doing that is because the second surge of COVID was going on and everything was, looking not positive. So we didn't want to try to run a bigger event and have to likely cancel that. So we decided on this format where there'd be this online games qualifier to get them to the 5. And there was a lot of different ways to run that. And, some people initially right away said, hey, why don't we do something like Rogue did? And I wasn't too familiar with what Rogue did. I had seen on Instagram like a 4-screen capture of 4 athletes going at the same time. And so that looked cool. But one of the things I knew and one of the things I had heard was, well, it really, it wasn't ideal for all athletes. So when you put a premium on things, it put a premium on the viewer experience, on content for the world, but it necessarily didn't put a premium on the experience for the athletes. And out of that event, they could do that, and that's the decision they chose to make, because that event wasn't a qualifier for the games.
Yeah.
And so since this event had a lot to it, this event has, these guys want to go to the next stage, we needed to figure out a way to make it fair for all the athletes, regardless of where you were in the world. I was sitting at my computer one night just looking at all the options because we had to make a call. It was getting close to that period where we had to commit to something. And I was like, you know what? This is helping me understand we should not do it this way. And this way is because someone is going to be left out at a certain point. So to make it, and at this stage, I just mentioned how Rogue put a premium on the viewer experience. We're putting a premium on the athlete experience.